this teddygaming and welcome back to another review on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Retail Zero TMNT Volume 2, Issue number 59, Expose. And with this one was sort of wrapping things up with the whole Hun storyline. And I don't know if this is actual the conclusion to it all. I hope it's not, because I want to see more of this version of Hun. But this story is mainly just dealing with a journalist going around trying to piece things together and wrap things up from the past few issues from the storyline. So I thought that overall the story was pretty good for I don't know, like more or less like putting this story in a new direction, which I did enjoy. But I felt like there was some stuff which just felt a little bit missing. I felt it's just like the whole total aspect of it just felt like they were just shoved in at the very end. So yeah, it's a little bit disappointing on that front. But other than that, it's a pretty decent issue. So yeah, pretty much for this issue, there's not really too much I can really talk about this one, just because there's not really too much I can really say, because they just took throughout this whole issue, sort of just set things up for the big mystery, which we don't really ever get to really find out all too much throughout this issue, but they just sort of be like, oh yeah, well, this person's connected to this person is connected to this person, all that. But because we don't actually get to see any of the crimes or the people too often, and especially in the Tales of Tim T stuff, it's just, I don't want to say it's bad, because I feel like there's definitely something there to really be enjoyed. But I think that because of the lack of seeing people in this series, and especially having the stories connect to one another, it does feel like there's a lot of stuff that's missing. But I don't think there was. It's just that because they don't have the time to expand upon the story in a way which they want to, I just don't think they can truly do what they want to do, which I think is the most annoying part about this one. So yeah, so throughout this whole issue, we do get to see, or basically follow this journalist who basically has been doing this story on loads of people throughout the city, and this the person in charge of the newspaper says, oh no, you can't be doing this, you're getting death threats and all that, no, you gotta stop. So she does stop, and she goes to work on this Hunter Mason case, which, if you don't know who Hunter Mason is, he's basically Hun, but a lot worse and a lot scarier, which is honestly really great, because I didn't think that they can make 2003 Hun any more scarier, and yet they done something like this, and just it's annoying, because I really do enjoy this Hun, like how big and scary and how much of a big threat he is compared to 2003, which, not saying that version is bad, because he is definitely the best version of Hun, but when looking at this, it's just I don't know what to really say, because you got one really good scary version and just got 2003 Hun by comparison. So yeah, but basically she finds out that there's this meeting that's going on at this Cobra, King Cobra's gang or whatever, and she goes over there to try and figure things out, and that's when she accidentally does get caught, because she bumps into a mob, and that's when everyone tries to go out and kill her, but the Turtles show up and beat them all up and save her. And we do cut to the next day, which I must admit, is really weird, because they do go from very action heavy scene to then just next day in the office, and they don't really explain all too well. It's just very, very cut straight to the thing. They don't really explained all too much in between, which I do think is a little bit annoying, but it works well enough for the story. But on this second day, she does go out and try and find out some more information about Han and the Pearl Dragons, the other gangs, Foot Clan, and stuff like that. What happened when the precinct burnt down. There's all stuff in here which does tie back to other issues, which I thought was great, but like I said before, I do feel like some parts was definitely missing, because she does bring up the whole sub story of the I believe it's another Foot Clan ninja. She was part of police, but then she burnt down the precinct, and she's still bad and she's still alive, which I think is really great. But at the same time, we don't really know too much about her, and she's barely in the comics to actually get to know her. So it's really hard to be like, oh no, she's a big threat and all that, and with hardly know anything about her. But yeah, either way, she goes off to this meeting where Hun is getting some weapons on the next night, and that's when things go from bad to worse again, because the turtles do interfere again with the meeting and do begin to help take down the Pearl Dragons and Han just goes in there, beat them all up. Is really great and amazing, but again, why? I want 2003 Han to be the best, but this one, oh boy, he has a really good strong making for the best version of Han so far. And yeah, Mikey runs off with her camera, her phone, basically everything that she owns on her that night. So the next morning, she wakes up in the office and she gets a parcel from the turtles. And in this parcel, it's all the photos she took of Han and all the Pearl Dragons and stuff like that. And she's about to reveal this information on the news just so that she can, win a Pulitzer, I think it was called, or something like that. And I feel like this bit would be cool. I just think that the only problem with this one is that because it's such a big story, she wants to reveal the Foot Clan exists and all that, which is great. But with something like this, you want to see the aftermath of all of it and see how basically everyone react, because in Volume 4 we got to see how everyone reacted to the Utroms and aliens come to Earth and all that, and it was pretty interesting and fascinating. But something like this, knowing that oh yeah, there's ninjas around and Han's out of prison and not doing his full life sentence, stuff like that, a lot of interesting stuff which you want to see how people would react. But I don't think we do, which I think is quite annoying, because I feel like there's a lot of interesting stuff you could really do here, because I don't know, because I think it's always interesting to see how normal people would react to stuff like this in the comics, or any version of Turtles. So it would be nice to see people interact with all of it, but I highly doubt they'd actually do something like that. But I guess we'll wait and see about that. Now, overall with this issue, I feel like this one is a pretty great one, because it's just more or less just going off of the last few issues, or in the story arc, and dealing with things like that, which I do quite enjoy, because I do feel like this story arc is really great. And like I've been saying, I do love this version of Han. Oh my god, he is so strong and powerful, and just not what I was expecting. And I really want them to adapt this version of Han into any other version of Turtles, because I'm just so surprised by how scary and powerful he is compared to everyone else, and just wow. And we really need to see this side of Han again. He's been underused for a very long time. So yeah, the artwork, oh god, yeah, it's great and amazing the last past few issues. And I think the only problem with this time is that because there was a few scenes where set at night and trying to do those kind of scenes where, oh no, the lights went out, and it doesn't really feel like the light has gone out all too much with the shading. I think that's the only problem with it. It's just that when this artist is doing stuff in the daytime, it's very easy to tell what's going on. But when stuff's going on at night, it's very hard to tell if it's actually happening at night, or there's bad shading, or what. It's just one of those kind of things where it's just I feel like the artist needs to know the limits of what they can do with the shading, or even use colour. I think that might help it out quite a lot. But other than that, the artwork was really great. So yeah, I mean, overall, I hope that this the story arc isn't over, because I really want to see a lot more of Han, because this version is just amazing, and we really need to see a lot more of them. So yeah, let me know in the comment section below, what do you think about this issue? Do you like it? Do you not? What do you think about this version of Han? And yeah, that's going for today, guys. If you didn't, please share. Let's just grab all that stuff. Goodbye, yo, bye.